Hi, everyone. This is Joseph. I am the Chief Happiness Engineer at 50 Steps to Happiness at Happiness Success Academy. So great to see you. I really want to thank you for being here with me right now, right in this moment. This moment is all we have, right? We talk about mindfulness in our course and how important it is for our happiness to be present in life, to be here now, to be really aware of our choices that we have, because we can make choices about what we want to focus on when we are in the moment, in the one moment, this moment, which is all we really have, right? I call it the constant moment of now, the constant moment of now, because it flows and it flows into eternity, okay, into infinity, and there is no way to step into our past or into the future other than to focus on the things we might regret or the things we might be afraid of in the future. But when we do that, we're not really experiencing the things that we have now in front of us, the people who are standing in line with us at the market or the pharmacy or wherever we are. We don't have the moment to be experiencing the the beauty around us in nature, in people, in ourselves, because we are perhaps lost in thought of worry about something that we have no control over in many cases, something that may never and usually doesn't ever happen, something we're worried about in the future, or something we regret that we may have said or someone else said in the past. And it's not real, it doesn't exist. What exists is what we focus on in this moment. And there's a great opportunity to choose happiness creating thoughts and feelings and actions, to do things to increase our health, our happiness, our prosperity in life right now in this moment, if we can wake up and be mindful in the moment. And one of the opportunities that we have to be mindful, to be aware, to be awake in life is to look for things that we appreciate in other people. And this is one of the lessons in our course. One of the lessons that have come out every week and with our happiness checklists that we send you is to be on the lookout for the good we see in ourselves and in others, to actively look for something good in other people, in social media, in the real life, real world, to look for the good we see in them. If it's that they smiled, something as simple as that, and it helped us to feel good, that they said something kind, that they helped somebody in front of us. Maybe they held the door open for us. They let us go in front of them in line. Something. They helped us at work with a project. They offered to help online. Maybe they're just a nice person. Maybe they dress really nicely. Maybe they are working hard at something. There is something to appreciate in everybody. And so, if we actively can place our focus, our attention, which is what mindfulness teaches us, the ability to focus our attention where we want to put it so that it empowers our happiness, our success, our good health, our prosperity, right? So if we can focus our attention on the good we see in life, and we start looking for it, we create a filter of goodness, a positive filter of goodness. This is another one of the lessons we share in 50 Steps to Happiness, how to create a positive filter of goodness. It helps us to be one of those people that has a naturally sunny disposition, that's always kind of in a good mood and sees the good around them. But we can practice that through mindfulness by looking at it. You know, it's like when you go shopping for a car and then, you're looking at this uh, red Honda, let's say, and then all of a sudden you notice all these red Hondas on the streets all around you. That's because we have selective filtering, and our mind becomes aware of it because we can't be aware of everything all the time, right? It would just be overload. We couldn't deal with it. So we focus on what our mind tells us is important to us. So if we tell our mind that what's important to us is the good in people, it's the good in life, it's the blessings that we have, the fresh air, the sound of children playing in the street, the person in our home who helped us, who did the chores, or or just spent time with us, the the people who write things that we enjoy reading, or that serve us food at a restaurant. We find the things that bring us joy in life, or that make life better for us or others that we see, and then acknowledge it, right? Because part of mindfulness is acknowledging things, is noticing it, right? So if you notice your mind drifting into thought, oh, I don't really get this mindfulness stuff. Am I getting it right? I'm not sure I understand what he's saying, right? And that's how our mind keeps working and talking in the background all the time. So that's natural. That's how the brain works. So the idea is to notice it, to acknowledge it, even name it curiously and say, oh, wow, that's my brain wondering if I'm really getting this mindfulness stuff. Okay, back to what Joseph's saying, back to my breathing, back to now in the moment. So we name it, we recognize it whenever we're drifting off into some kind of mind chatter or mindless chatter, right? And we recognize that, and then we could bring our attention where we want it. That's the power, to bring your attention where we want it, where you want it, okay? And there will be a lot of benefits to your health, to your happiness, to your serenity, your inner peace, your calm, your ability to deal with stress when you notice that voice running off at you and speaking and saying, oh, I may be too dumb, or he's dumb, or she's not saying what I agree with. And you notice that voice, and then you just say, oh, I acknowledge you. I understand. That's just the voice. That's just my inner voice. And then go back to your attention, breathing, taking a deep breath, and being in the moment, right? And or you notice somebody said something that upsets you, and then you say, oh, I'm feeling upset, right? And that's what feeling upset is like. I'm feeling they just interrupted me, and I'm feeling like I get angry when people interrupt me. So you notice it, you acknowledge it, you name it, you're curious about it, and then you let it go, right? Because you're not repressing it. You're not burying it and not holding on to it. You know, there's an old saying, a Mexican saying, that they thought they buried us, but they didn't know we were seeds, right? Because what we bury, it grows, it comes up. Like, you ever see pictures of a plant breaking through the concrete, right? Seeds have a way of pushing up towards the light, towards the surface. And the things that we bury in our feelings and our thoughts, they do the same thing. They grow inside of us until we face them, we explore them, we're curious about them, and then we let them go, you know? Like letting go of some clothes in your closet that don't fit anymore, you know? You let it go, you have room for some great new stuff to wear. So that's how we can deal with our thoughts and emotions too. You recognize it, you see it, you face it, you feel it, you let it go. And that's part of living a mindful life and a happier life. And so what I was really starting to talk about is how if we can notice things that we appreciate and people we appreciate and acknowledge them, just like we acknowledge our thoughts, we acknowledge the people around us, right? We acknowledge the people in life and say, wow, that was just a really thoughtful tweet. Thanks for retweeting me, or thanks for sharing my post, or thanks for helping me at the market, or bringing me that cup of coffee, or listening to me today when I needed somebody to listen to me. And and then you could just thank them with these happiness cards, right? These are cards that we've created, these happiness cards, to give to all of our students at 50 Steps to Happiness. And you can say, here's one that has happiness tips with some really great tips on how to do things every day to increase your happiness, right? Here's one that says, you are kind and thoughtful. You made this a better day. Thank you, right? And you can give that to people who you appreciate, who you see they may be having a bad or down day. They may have a frown. They may be having a good day and they just did something really sweet and kind. And so you can share some happiness. Say, you know what, you are inspiring. Thank you. And give them a happiness card. This is for you. I want to share this with you because you really inspired me today, right? And you'll see what I've noticed is they beam, they smile, they they say thank you. My whole day just changed because of you. That was so awesome. And it really is magical and it does feel good. You share a card that says you are amazing. Your kindness is greatly appreciated. And wow, you will see people smile from ear to ear and feel good, and helping people to feel good. Here, you are amazing. Always remember that. Imagine getting this, somebody handing it to you when you are having a rough day, or just because you did something out of common courtesy, and they say, here, you're amazing. Always remember that. Imagine how good that would feel. It will imagine how they will feel good. And when we help others, that's one of the components, one of the most important components of increasing happiness, is to be of service, right? To be kind and thoughtful and of service. And the more that we are of service to others, the more that we create value in the world. We feel connected to what matters, and we cultivate a happy life. And that's what 50 Steps to Happiness is all about. Here's another happiness card. Excellent job with the guy with the little kitten. You were perfection, total perfection. Imagine somebody, especially somebody who loves cats, getting that. Here's another happiness card. Thank you. Your smile is like a bright sunny day. Okay? So this is something that we send to every student at 50 Steps to Happiness at happinesssuccessacademy.com. That's happinesssuccessacademy.com. And every student gets a set of happiness cards with our lesson that you could read and watch and learn from, to have a focus of happiness, have appreciation of kindness, of service, to increase your feeling of connection to people. And I tell you, when you're out in the world and you talk to people and really listen to them from your heart, your intuition, you're really there for them, and you listen and you express some kindness, your world will increase in its positive vibration level in magnitudes. Your happiness level will shoot through the roof when you focus on opening your heart, your mind, your spirit, your whole being to the people, the goodness that you see around you, because you will find and feel the goodness inside you welling up, really. So show some kindness, appreciation, and happiness by sharing it with other people. Here's one that says, you are so awesome. You get 1,000 likes, right? So give that to somebody and watch them smile. And you know what? They will give it to somebody else. They will give it to somebody else, and they will give it to somebody else. And what will happen? We will have created a happiness movement. That's right. A happiness movement of people being nice to other people. How about that? Wouldn't that be an awesome world if people started just being kind, decent, friendly, and nice to other people? It happens every day. We don't always see it because the news doesn't show it. But you know, that's what the world is. There are billions of nice, kind people, and people struggling too, people having hard days, who you can make a big difference in their life just by being mindful enough to see them as a human being. Share a moment of connection, of gratitude. Remember, gratitude is another one of the really powerful components of happiness, a seed of happiness that grows wherever you plant it, right? Happiness, gratitude is a seed of happiness that grows wherever you plant it. People who express their gratitude, people who focus on gratitude and keep a gratitude list, are 5 times happier than those who do not. Who self-report as being 5 times happier than those who don't keep a gratitude happiness list, who don't focus on their blessing, count their blessings, count the good in their life every day. That's why we've included it in our mobile app, which is again free for students, our Happiness Planner mobile app, so that people could keep a gratitude journal right in their phone, right in the app. And so I know you're going to enjoy these cards when you get them. You're going to really feel better by connecting to people at a heart space level, and just doing a simple act of kindness. It's going to make the world and your world better. And so use this tool, enjoy it, and thank you so much for your time. Again, I'm Joseph, and I'm the instructor, Chief Happiness Engineer at Happiness Success Academy and 50 Steps to Happiness. Have a wonderful, wonderful, awesome day. Thank you. Thank you so much.